Hey guys, it's Coach and Dorr with Tactical Hyve. In today's video, we're going to be doing a bit of a 320 breakdown. We've got 3 different offerings, 3 different sizes, configured for 3 different missions or primary purposes. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. Up next. All right, guys, so we're back. P320, everybody knows it. Some of us love it, some of us hate it, some of us are indifferent. We're all here. We're all here together. And, this is a fairly new platform. I wouldn't say, brand new. It's been around, I've been aware of them for at least 10 years. And they've got through a little bit of growing pains, triumphs, lack thereof, the polar opposite of triumph. What's that called? Oh, yeah.
Defeat?
Yeah. Anyway, it's been a bit of a rocky road, but, we use the heck out of these things, and they're selling like hotcakes. They're getting more and more popular. They're taking more and more of the market share, so to speak. And, we're both big fans. I wanted to love it as much as I did the P2 line, the 226, etc. I don't, but those are 2 kind of different animals. Same company, but just a different class of weapon system. Yeah. This kind of takes a lot of what we really like about those 226s and matches it up with a lot of what we like about Glocks.
Well, you and I, we grew up with the 226.
We did.
So that grip pitch that's what we have, man. And this is a lot like SIG and Glock had a baby, and you've got, SIG ergonomics with kind of a Glock feel, the striker fire, revolution that was brought on by Glock. So
really,
this is where we're at now.
So starting off, we've got the mid-size X carry. This is basically their Glock 19, and it's a great gun. It, just has that SIG feel to it, but it pretty much does everything that the Glock 19 does.
There is a slightly smaller version. There's a compact. It's a 1/3 of an inch shorter, and how the grip module is the only thing that you would swap out. So I could make that damn near as small. So this is about as small.
We don't have, because we have P365s.
yeah. Once you get that small, you might as well jump to this recent.
Yeah, they kind of they beat themselves. They made themselves irrelevant on that one. Good job, SIG. But anyway, this is kind of a good do-it-all pistol. It's got that mid-size. It fits flush with the 15s, but you can get the higher capacities in there if you so choose. Getting those shorter ones in, though, bit of a problem. Haven't quite figured that one out yet. But moving along, this is kind of the full size. This is the Wilson Combat one. Great gun, but honestly not that much different than the standard offering. The trigger is different. It is very nice, made by Gray Guns. But other than that, everything's pretty much a SIG part on it. It's got some pretty checkering and blah, blah, blah. But, which I'm not complaining about. It is a nice gun. And this thing's been a workhorse. Took a little bit of a break-in period, but once I got it correct and up and running, it's been a straight shooter, as they say. And then lastly, we've got kind of a bull barrel full size plus. This is the X5 320. It's got the tungsten inserts. It's got the magwell, larger red dot. It's got the bull barrel, and it's running the X5 trigger, which is still a great trigger. Not as good as the Gray Guns, but whatever. But they're kind of 3 different, same exact gun built for 3 different purposes. You've got the mid-size. You could get away with carrying it a little bit easier. You get your standard duty size. Never gets old saying that. And but these are kind of going by the wayside. You're starting to see that like full size grip on the shorter slide assembly. I know you're a big fan of that. Other companies have also kind of made offerings like so, but the modularity of these things are so incredible that we could be swapping parts off and on of these things like crazy and just come up with a whole bunch of different combinations of guns, which is really cool.
Yeah, it all goes back to the that fire control module that they have, basically the trigger module. You could take this one and test it in any other one. I could take that competition one and put it in this one. I don't really want that for a concealed carry or a carry gun. I like to have a little bit of
a little bit of pull,
little pull there,
a little bit of work, a little bit of effort.
They got to earn a chance to maybe not have to shoot somebody.
Yeah, and like Coach is saying, so we have the standard curved trigger in this one. We've got the Gray Guns in this one, and then we have the flat X5 trigger in this one. So by shooting all 3 of these different guns, you can try out all 3 triggers, and if you felt like you wanted to put one in the other or whatever, it's actually pretty easy to do. And there's not a whole lot of other places on the market you can go and do that. Can you name one?
No, I mean, so let's see. Springfield Army came up with an Echelon that's new. They've got their version of a trigger module.
Are there 3 different versions of the trigger?
Not yet. Okay. Not yet.
Not that we know of. But, give it time.
That was new for last year, I think. So, this is the way of the future. The modularity, you're not going to be swapping out, guns, building your own gun and rolling out there. But there's a lot of stuff you can swap out. If you've got a lot of Glocks, you've got a lot of Glocks. Mm-hmm. If you've got a lot of parts for a SIG, you can pretty much set a 320 up exactly how you want it. And it's pretty easy to modify yourself, which I'm into.
Yeah, definitely. I just buy the guns and I never mess with them. But I could go to your house and be like, dude, I got an idea. But that's as far as I've gotten in my head so far. But just being able to mix and match to figure out exactly what works for you. And even before you even buy this stuff, having cool friends that have this stuff and you can actually try it all out and switch things around and really figure out what works for you. Now you're just paying once, crying once.
Yeah.
And then you'll change your mind and you'll be back to square one buying all these guns anyway. But, I digress. So anyway, bud, let's shoot these things, see if we find any discernible differences.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alrighty guys, so we kind of talked a little bit about the differences and how easy it is to mix and match to figure out exactly what you want. But obviously, you've got the grip module, not frame size.
There you go.
Which is going to come into play, and you've got the mid-size, the full-size, and the full-size plus with the magwell and everything else on it.
And we have issues with the magazines, and that one it only takes the longer ones, right? Can you?
Yeah. But that's just because it has this big. Easier to find magwell, which helps out, when you're trying to go fast.
Bigger mags.
Because you're in a hurry. But then again, with the 3 different triggers, big thing I saw, I was able to hold on to them all about the same. This one being a little bit shorter, it's still plenty big. I wear a size large mechanics club, and those mid-size don't really bother me much.
Nah.
What do you think?
Oh no, I kind of gravitate to this one anyway.
Okay.
Just because it's my carry piece, and honestly, I was getting a little happy finger on. So I think that one. I think I squeezed off a couple rounds on when I was just resetting the trigger because you got to get used to your triggers. And,
definitely.
Those are a little bit lighter than what I normally run.
Yeah, the gray guns is a noticeable step up in the trigger department, but being able to shoot all 3 of them, they are a little bit different, but they're all good. They're all fine. And for less than fun purposes, the standard SIG trigger, I would have no problem with, whatsoever.
Nah. Yeah.
And then, as you go up in weight class, you do notice the difference as far as how snappy they are. This one is noticeably better than this one, and this one's kind of in the middle, but this is a heavy gun. It's got a lot of extra weight to it. It's got a bull barrel, and that's what it's designed for. It's designed for the range. It's designed for that kind of whatever competition-esque threading the needle, so to speak. And then this one is designed for carry. So you're going to be sacrificing a lot just to make it more convenient. But as far
I wouldn't
as
say sacrificing that much, because I carry this thing all the time and I shoot it all the time on the range. And I think if you got one gun and you use it all the time, I think you get better. But
yeah, but if we busted out the timers and did the standards for the instructor course, this is the one you want, because that is no joke if you're thinking about coming to that course of instruction. What was that one guy we had tried to shoot the whole thing with an X macro? Did not work out. So just something to think about. If it's a gun for shooting that you designed to be shot, or it's a gun that's designed to be carried and shot as needed, but still fun, and there's plenty of gun to get you through what you're going to have to get through inevitably. Hopefully not, but maybe. We have to assume so, because that's the world we live in. And then there's that nice medium. Yeah, this one's a little bit more Gucci right now. It's got the best of the 3 triggers by far. But
which one would you say is the most expensive out of these?
I would assume it was the Wilson, but I don't remember how much I paid for it, and I don't care. Especially with the Trigon on there.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. With the Tridge on there, it's probably north of 15 plus. I don't know. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. Yeah, the price points on these are going to be a little bit different. This is by far the most stock version, but stock tends to be a little bit more reliable. Haven't seen any reliability issues on the other ones. Though sometimes they do take a little bit of a break-in period, but that just kind of different make models are going to have that depending. But
it's never really the trigger that needs to be broken in. It's like just the way the slide runs, whether it is a little bit slow, the cycling, and those metal parts have to wear on each other and kind of get the groove going. But swapping triggers from one to another, I've never noticed any issue with the trigger having an issue.
But if you like to geek out, you like to have niche pistols for niche purposes, but you want to keep that same manual of arms, that same ergonomics, mag commonality, the 320 is definitely something you want to take a hard look at. And if you already have a 320, you already have mags, you already have holsters, you've already kind of started down that path as is. Though be careful, because these two, look very similar in size, but obviously the rail space is a dead giveaway. But this one doesn't fit in this one's holster. And for the life of me, I couldn't figure it out at the very beginning, but this one's just a teeny bit bigger and it doesn't lock in that Safari Land. But that's okay. I only shoot it on the range. I don't really shoot it that much, hardly at all. But, if you are going to try to use the same holster for a lot of guns, you want to go with the longest, biggest version of a holster. That way you can put the shorter stuff in it. The Glocks that work have threaded barrels, and so some genius bought Glock 19 holsters for threaded barreled Glock 19. So that was a mistake that was made. It was remedied, but just keep an eye out for stuff like that. And then also the types of RMRs you use, they're not always totally compatible. But if you go with a bigger one, you can get the smaller ones in there much easier than the other way around. So it's just something to think about, something to consider, and they're fun to shoot.
Yeah, one last thing, guys. If your carry pistol is something small, like say a 365, then this is the gun that you want to take to the range. This is the one that you want to shoot more. The manual arms is pretty much the same. You're going to get a lot more training value out of a larger gun. But if it is a lot more similar to your carry gun, that would be better. So if you're a Glock guy, and you got a big Glock for the range, and carry your small Glock because the grip pitch is similar, and just a lot of the manual arms is pretty close. So I'd say stick with one brand and just different sizes.
There you go. There you have it. It's all about muscle memory and just doing what comes most natural to you when you're in a super big hurry.
Yep. High stress, baby.
All right, guys. Thanks for being here. That's Dorr and Coch out.